DeSantis is back on the saddle.
Because we need to restore sanity in this country.
As he rides the campaign trail to the Reno rodeo, diving into danger.
All I could see is that it was shaking its head side to side.
After one woman had her adventure turned body parts are going missing.
I mean, it's just like disgusting. I don't even know. I don't want to know.
As police investigate a shady Harvard morgue. And learning with artificial intelligence.
We've always been thinking about how to make education more personalized.
As schools find benefits that can improve learning. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenneth Bueno.
I'm Lauren Wirtz. Today is Monday, June 19th, 2023. Happy Juneteenth, everyone.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Governor Ron DeSantis continues on his campaign trail as he seeks to secure his voters.
The first presidential candidate to campaign in Nevada, Governor Ron DeSantis, makes an appearance in Reno on Friday. DeSantis stopped at a bar in Sparks to serve beer to veterans alongside former Nevada Attorney General Adam Laxalt. He then attended the Reno rodeo with Florida First Lady Casey DeSantis and their 3 kids. Over 2,000 conservatives showed up at the 8th annual Basque Fry, where DeSantis criticized woke ideology.
And I think what we're going to see in this election coming up is America's got to make a decision, because we need to restore sanity in this country.
The governor is visiting Sacramento, California today for a private fundraiser.
Today, a tourist is recovering after suffering a shark bite at sea. The network's Jared Parker is in the Bahamas with more on the incident.
Another shark attack in the Bahamas, this time an Iowa woman losing her leg.
These Bahamian waters have been host to shark attacks and missing person cases in the last few weeks. Now, Heidi Ernst lost her leg during a dive just south of Freeport. The 73-year-old woman was flown to Ryder Trauma Center at Jackson Hospital in Miami. Doctors decided she needed her leg amputated because it was infected. Tourists are aware of the sharks, but it isn't stopping them from enjoying the water.
You kind of have an idea of what you're wanting to get to, and especially being at places like the Bahamas, where it's like open water so you can clearly see, so you know anything can happen.
Visitors made sure to ask locals about any recent shark sightings.
I asked the driver about the sharks, so they said no shark. I said, are you sure no sharks around the area? So he said, no sharks.
Some even did see sharks.
I did go to a restaurant and they had like sharks nearby, but we were on a dock, so we saw them like off the dock, but they were like nurse sharks. There was like a handful of them, so it was pretty cool seeing the sharks.
Ernst is recovering now, and her GoFundMe has reached over $12,000 worth of donations.
Ernst completed her 500th dive in May, showing that this can happen to anyone from novices to experts. For Caplin News, I'm Jared Parker.
A rescue was caught on camera after a houseboat capsized. 3 men who were going fishing for red snapper in Panama City saw it happen. A man in another boat raced to help when he saw the boat adrift. The 3 fishermen helped get the 4 people back to shore, and 3 from the houseboat and 1 from a nearby pontoon were all okay.
From Colorado to Florida, severe weather is underway for millions of Americans. The southeast region of the United States faced an enhanced risk of severe weather this weekend with tornado warnings and 100-degree temperatures. Americans living in Florida, Texas, and Oklahoma are advised to be prepared for these risks because they will not be ending anytime soon.
A school program in the San Francisco Bay Area has developed a new chatbot tutor that can revolutionize education. As Caplin News' Jillian Salvi Cruz reports, the AI chatbot tutor, CanMigo, was developed to be an extension of a teacher and help the students without just giving them the answers.
How do students solve school's toughest problems?
How to expand 2 binomials.
They can search for answers in a book, maybe even ask a teacher. At Bay Area-based educational organizations Khan Academy and Khan Labs, students are learning to solve problems themselves with an artificially intelligent tutor.
So I guess now my first step would be to use the FOIL test.
Say hello to the AI chatbot tutor, CanMigo. Khan Academy founder Sal Khan helped develop Khanmigo to be an extension of a teacher, offering personalized and immediate educational help for any student.
We've always been thinking about how to make education more personalized, how to arm teachers with more information to make their lives easier as well, how to make students more engaged in their learning. And I think artificial intelligence and Khanmigo has just accelerated that.
The AI chatbot has knowledge on a variety of subjects like history, math, and science in many languages and on different grade levels.
I think I'll choose to learn about evolution and natural selection.
Khanmigo will then quiz students on the given subject matter or answer any questions about that topic. You can even have conversations with characters like Ben Franklin or Winnie the Pooh to learn in different ways. The goal? Guiding students towards learning, never giving up an answer or doing the work for them.
If you ask it how to solve a problem, it wants to try to walk you through how you would solve a similar type of problem, so then you can later go back to that problem and use the techniques that you just saw and test it yourself and see if you could apply those.
How can this be the next step of education as we know it?
Some of what I've just described that we're already doing at places like Khan Lab School, I would have thought were science fiction a year ago, and I wouldn't have thought would have happened in my lifetime. And that's literally happening in real classrooms already, and it's going to happen for tens, if not hundreds of thousands of students this coming school year.
Jillian Salvi-Cruz, Caplin News.
Disney Pixar's newest film, Elemental, is off to a sluggish start in the box office after its release last Friday. The network's Shamir Tuzay takes a deeper look at Disney's battle with streaming and how the company can get people back in theaters.
To infinity and beyond!
1995 Toy Story began a decades-long string of critically acclaimed box office hits for Pixar. Then Onward opened up in March of 2020, 1 week before theaters began closing due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh no.
Like most studios, Pixar's pivoted to streaming, releasing Soul, Luca, and Turning Red on Disney+. Even though theaters were recovering when Turning Red debuted 2 years after the pandemic began.
Nobody knew how long the pandemic was going to last. Disney had its theme parks closed. It wanted to keep its connection with the audience. It wanted to keep some sense of money rolling in, and it wanted to boost Disney Plus, which was a huge investment for the company.
CNN media critic Brian Laurie said the pandemic may have affected Pixar more than other studios.
Push toward Disney Plus and toward streaming, I think, kind of reprogrammed the audience in a way to see these movies as something that they could watch at home, and maybe even something they would wait to watch at home.
Good luck, Captain. We're counting on you! Roger that.
Pixar returned to theaters last year's Lightyear opened modestly amid mixed reviews, despite the Toy Story's connection that brings us to this weekend and Pixar's latest, Elemental.
I've been trying to fill my father's shoes, but I never once asked what I wanted to do.
It's tracking to debut $35 million, lower than Lightyear despite some positive reviews.
A true love story, which Pixar hasn't really done many of, and it was a really touching immigrant story.
Now Pixar just has to figure out how to lure families back to theaters. I'm Shamir Tuzay for Caplin News.
The Marlins aim to sweep the Nationals at home as they play the series final.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Eyes, skin, it's just like disgusting. I don't even know.
A community is in shock after finding out what actually happens in a shady Harvard morgue. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Morgue Madness, a trusted Harvard morgue, betrayed its community after it was found selling parts of donated human remains. A New Hampshire family is devastated after learning their dad's remains were stolen and sold online. Prosecutors say the manager of the morgue at Harvard Medical School took the body parts of several people and sold them for tens of thousands of dollars, leaving the families who donated their bodies, loved ones' bodies in shock.
Reporter Tanya Jimenez has more on the story.
That's correct. This is information supplied by the federal authorities.
A phone call with Harvard brought this family devastating news. Pieces of Nick Pickowitz were likely sold on the black market.
Can't believe that. Like what? Eyes? I mean, skin? I mean, it's just like disgusting. I don't even know. I don't want to know.
Always a giving man in life, Pickowitz wanted to do the same in death. So the 87-year-old donated his body to the Harvard Medical School for education and research in 2019.
I mean, you put them on the higher pedestal, and you think Harvard, you think you're safe.
But now the family believes Pickowitz was the victim of a sickening scheme where federal prosecutors say the manager of Harvard's morgue stole and sold body parts to make some extra cash.
I literally wanted to throw up.
What makes this even harder on the family is that they donated their mom's body to Harvard back in March of this year after the feds believed they shut down the bizarre operation. But still, the family wants her remains back now.
I just feel bad for everybody that's victimized with this. It's just not right.
A statement from Harvard admits the case is morally reprehensible and says the school was appalled to learn that something so disturbing could happen on our campus. But this family says Harvard still has a ton of explaining to do for the betrayal of their parents.
They trusted them to do good science work with their bodies. And then you hear this.
Those people need to be punished. They need to be punished. It's just sick. Can't even imagine.
Both daughters have ashes of their dad sent back to them after his body supposedly served its medical purpose. But with trust in short supply, they now wonder if it's even him.
I feel sick to my stomach.
For Caplin News, Tanya Jimenez.
Another win for Miami. The Marlins pick up a W versus the Washington Nationals at Nationals Park on Sunday. With this win, it marks the beating the Nationals since the last season. And with the sweep behind them, the Fish are off to the second best start in the team's history. The Marlins host the Toronto Blue Jays tonight at 6:40 p.m. here at home. You're watching Newsbreak, and we'll be coming right back.
That's in the air to right.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Lauren Wirtz.
And I'm Kenneth Bueno. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.